Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, my name is the Ripper Danny B, and welcome back to Raw, coming to you tonight from Charlotte, North Carolina, baby. Now we're going to take a look at some of our highlighted matches this evening. We started with a self-promotion promo from Bobby Roode. Becky Lynch will take on Nia Jackson, one-on-one action. Huge win there for Becky Lynch. Sheamus will take on Goldust. Goldust picks up a win over the number one contender. The New Day will face off against the Revival, with New Day picking up the win. Chris Jericho takes on Stardust. Bray Wyatt and Eric Rowan will take on the Usos, with the Wyatt family picking up the win. And now we will move on to our featured matches this evening. Huge wins there for both Goldust and Becky Lynch, mind you. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a Falls Count Anywhere matchup. Scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 295 pounds. Representing the New Day, he is a Raw Tag Team Champion, Big E. E not coming out here with the Tag Team Championships this evening. Obviously, they were carried by Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston earlier on this evening, and this matchup is a consequence of what happened last week when Big E picked up an accidental win. Let's call it what it was. It was an accidental win over Luke Harper in one-on-one competition. Luke Harper rolled Big E back into the ring while they were on the outside, and Big E was in the ring as the referees made the 10 count as he got to the end of the count. And, it was crazy to think that was the case. So we got this matchup this evening as a retrospect. Introducing his opponent, weighing in at 280 pounds, Luke Harper. This giant, odd, strange man is here this evening. This should be an absolutely insane matchup. Obviously, Falls Count Anywhere, there is no disqualifications. Obviously, no countouts. Luke Harper out here alone tonight, as is Big E. The Wyatt family and the New Day have all been banned from ringside in this one to make sure there is a clear and definitive winner. You got to think, if Luke Harper is able to pick up a big win tonight, those Tag Team Championships need challengers. He could pick up this win tonight on behalf of himself and the rest of the family. You saw earlier this evening, Bray Wyatt, the Universal Champion, teamed with Eric Rowan, was able to pick up a huge win in tag team action himself. And now look at Big E immediately going to take advantage of the no disqualification rule. But I guess that's part of the deal. Well, look at that though. E went to swing. Luke Harper said no. Suplexes him all the way to the floor. And that has got to hurt. And you see the referee now coming out. He's going to keep a closer eye on this action. Obviously, pinfalls can count anywhere, in the arena, out of the arena, in the anywhere, basically, in the streets of North Carolina if they so wished. It ain't going to happen, but it could happen. Luke Harper immediately taking the advantage. You've got to remember, not only is Big E a current tag team champion, he's also a former world champion here in the Ripperverse. This guy was the second world champion, the second CWR world champion after cashing in Money in the Bank on Sheamus. And he wasn't just a paper champion, he would hold that title for a number of months, including a triple threat defense against Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. Eventually, he would lose it inside the Elimination Chamber to Shinsuke Nakamura, but you can't avoid the fact that the guy was a world champion and is a current tag team champion as well. Luke Harper, of course, former tag team champion as well in his own right. Luke Harper is taking it to Big E, and so far this action got dropped just around the commentary table. That area right in front and to the side of it, and it hasn't really moved since. We're watching this all from the hard cam, ladies and gentlemen, all from a slightly more aerial view, because that's the best view we can possibly get without getting a cameraman into harm's way. We'll take a longer look down the side there as Luke Harper goes to lift Big E. Look at that suplex. I said it last week. There isn't a lot of size difference between these two men. I mean, they both roughly clock in around the 300-pound mark. But Big E is, you know, he's what, slightly under 6 foot? He's just built like a, you know exactly what I'm going to say. He is all power, as Luke Harper has the size, but he also has the agility. Something that he doesn't really have. You know, he is agile, but he's not that agile. Luke Harper, however, can hit springboard moves when he so wishes. He is that kind of agile. Not that we're going to see any of that in this kind of matchup. It's been pure beatdown in this matchup so far. Look at that chop right across the back of the neck, the back of the head, right across those nerves, the top of your spine. You push those in, the top of your spine there, where your spine meets your skull, that hurts. And that's exactly where Luke Harper was just aiming. An intelligent man is Luke Harper, despite all appearances outwards. An incredibly intelligent man. We got this thing back in the ring, however, though, and it's Big E in control. The New Day's power man. Look at that, closed fist upside the temples. Again, that hurts. But this is a far more grounded game from Big E than I usually would expect. He would usually go for the explosive power, but I guess when you've got a guy in there that's bigger than you are in some ways, you know, you just have to go for it. The knee driven in to the canvas there. You see Big E does not wear knee pads, so you got to think that really has to hurt. Look at Luke Harper there, smashes him down. Just lifts him up, drops him face first onto the canvas. Big E now in serious trouble. Luke Harper, you know he's going to be looking to hit that discus clothesline. That thing can knock your damn head off, and it looks like Harper's going to go for it now. There's the knees, gets it up. Smash! The discus clothesline takes Big E's head off. We got to cover. There's 1, 2, 3. No resistance from E in that cover there. No potential kick out. All said and done. Luke Harper, look at this. This was the beginning of the end there. Just smashes him. Big E, you see, goes face first off the canvas, and then that clothesline. Big E is just knocked down to the ground, nearly snapped in half with that discus clothesline. That is one of the best in the business, and Luke Harper made it count in that moment. Here is your winner, Luke Harper. Big win for the big man. Rectifies the mistake from last week, and again pins a tag team champion in the middle of the ring. Huge victory tonight. The Wyatt family are on fire, and you got to think Bray Wyatt is sitting in the back. He's watched his number one contender lose a match to Goldust. He's picked up a tag team victory in and of himself, and now Luke Harper cements it for the Wyatt family tonight. What a night. But as always, we're going to move on to our main event this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, the following triple threat match scheduled for one fall is for the number one contendership to the Raw Women's Championship. Introducing first from Melbourne, Australia, Emma. These three women have been carefully selected for their prowess, their record over the past 18 months, their passion. It's a whole thing, according to Stephanie McMahon. Fundamentally, none of these women were involved in the championship match 2 weeks ago. The winner of this competition will go on to face Nia Jax at Money in the Bank for the Raw Women's Championship. Emma stealing herself, looking confident as ever. Emma has been one of the premier women over the past 16 months in the Rippaverse. She has been an incredible athlete, former two-time, I think, Patriot champion, unstoppable in some cases. Ladies and gentlemen, her opponent, first from Boston, Massachusetts, she is the boss, Sasha Banks. Speaking of champions, this is a woman who knew how to hold championship gold, but only ever holding tag team gold here in the Rippaverse. Now, of course, with the transition back to WWE standard programming, there is no women's tag team division. So Sasha Banks really has to step up a game in the singles division. Of course, championship reigns with both Bayley and, well, in fact, Bayley and Tamina. Wasn't, oh no, sorry, Naomi. Sasha Banks, a premier player, ready for a fight tonight. Finally, from Orlando, Florida, Naomi. Of course, Naomi making the world feel the glow tonight. You can hear the crowd's reaction to Naomi. They are all behind her this evening. Naomi doesn't have the greatest success record, but she can turn that all around with a big win tonight. An unbelievable win tonight would give Naomi everything she wants. As I say, former tag team champion in her own right, a long time ago, mind you, though. Her and Sasha Banks were the inaugural women's tag team champions before those belts were discontinued for a number of months until the women's tag team division was ready for it. Tonight, singles competition for Naomi, for Emma, for Sasha. Big prize on the line. The winner will go on to Money in the Bank to face Nia Jax for the Raw Women's Championship. Now that I've gotten that out of the way many times over, apparently, just reminding you, in case you weren't listening first time, we're going to get down to action here, and Sasha and Naomi going to go at it one-on-one. Look at Emma. She was getting a little cocky there. Thought she'd come in and take advantage. Sasha Banks says, hell nah. Of course, there are no countouts or disqualifications in this kind of matchup. The pinfall or submission must take place inside of the ring. You've got to have eyes in the back of your head at all times. Look at that big clothesline there from Sasha Banks. Again, these are three women that have an opportunity of a lifetime here. Two of them, as I mentioned during the entrance, Sasha Banks and Naomi, you know, they've had some varying success here and there. But as a rule, they've not really picked up a lot of victories in singles competition. Sasha has had some high-profile matches over the years, but she's just not been, you know, a single star in the Rippaverse, whereas Emma has been one of the biggest. But she has never claimed the big one, as it were. She has never managed to make it all the way to the top. She was never a women's world champion. Can she rectify that now? Can she go on and prove that she's worthy of it? But the thing about Emma you've got to remember is over the past number of months, before the buyout, before the return to form of normal WWE television, Emma had picked up 2, maybe 3 wins over Nia Jax. She's certainly capable. We get back to the action here again. You've got to have eyes in the back of your head, and I don't think Sasha was prepared for Emma there. Sasha focused entirely on Naomi, and look at that, Naomi taking advantage of the fact that Emma had her attention turned towards Sasha Banks, and vice versa. Naomi saw that was coming there, but she just wasn't ready for the boss. This is the thing, it's going to go back and forth. These women need to have eyes in the back of their head, and right now They are just beating each other up, just throwing moves. Nobody's gaining the advantage. The longer this match goes on, the more chance of sustaining an injury, the more chance of sustaining damage, losing momentum as they go towards a match with Nia, who's going to be watching. She's going to be waiting. She's waiting to see what her opponents are capable of. Sasha Banks there, up onto the shoulders of Emma, but Emma turns it right around into a powerbomb. Sasha Banks is hurt after that one. She forces herself out of harm's way as Emma turns her attention to Naomi, and now Emma is in control. Naomi gets a boot to the face, and I think the mean streak of Emma is going to be useful here. Look at that running axe handle. Naomi tries to get out of harm's way, still clocks some of it. German suplex attempt. Emma, none of it. Northern Lights, perfectly executed there by Naomi. Sasha Banks is in the ring, and Naomi didn't see it coming. It looks like Sasha is going to go big. She's going to go for the bankrupt. Naomi able to counter it into a net breaker. Naomi, in fact, sees Emma coming. I thought she was going to get the full brunt of it there. Rear view by Naomi. So much going on. I cannot keep up with it all. But because of Sasha Banks, because Sasha was getting to her feet, Naomi turned her attention back to the boss. She didn't capitalize over striking Emma with the rear view. No, I thought she was going to go for the cover on Emma there. Instead, she goes up to the top rope. We know Naomi can fly, but look at Emma. She's got to focus on. She is going to go for it. Emma fights back. Look at that. Back and forth, but Emma sidesteps it. Sasha sidesteps it. Naomi crashes. Double underhook from Emma. There's the suplex. Sasha getting a little cocky there, but there's the running Meteora from Sasha Banks. Thought she was going to hook the legs for the cover, then decides against it. Just straight up kick to the back there, and another one from Sasha Banks trying to wear down Emma. Possibly fair to say that Emma is the strongest of the three females in this matchup. Kind of hard to judge, but I would say so. Sasha definitely the smallest and needs to combat that. The agility, the aerial skill obviously goes to Naomi. Probably one of the most naturally gifted, athletic females in the WWE right now. There's a big cover from Naomi. Finally taking advantage of the rear view many minutes later. Sasha Banks snap suplex right into the corner there. But again, as you know, just as Sasha starts to get some momentum over Naomi, Emma on one knee, there's a cover. Naomi is forced to kick out at one though. She could have waited another moment, I guess, but low drop kick there from Emma staggers Banks into the ropes. As Naomi just sits there trying to recover. Sasha Banks, Emma going back and forth. I don't even know what to call that, but it looked effective. Into the corner goes Naomi. Taking a lot of punishment as the glowing one, and Emma is going to run back, and there's that corner crusher from Emma. Here's the cover immediately. There's 1, 2, 3. Emma. Wow, I mean, yeah, sorry. I was a little bit shocked by that ending there. I thought Naomi would still have some fight left in her. Sasha Banks rolled into the ring there, was not able, well, she basically threw herself into the ring there, but still was not able to break up the pinfall attempt in time. You can just see here though, even in these clips, every step of the way somebody is crawling away. Emma didn't see that, and I'm surprised, but this was it. That crusher into the corner squashes Naomi. I think just Naomi had just taken a little bit too much punishment. She hadn't quite recovered after missing that missile drop kick and hitting the canvas hard. Sasha Banks not able to break it up in time. So ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner and the new #1 contender, Emma. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Raw. If you did enjoy this video, as always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And I'll see you next time for SmackDown. Take care. Keep it sweet.